The room was full of polished shoes, tailored suits, and a scent of expensive perfume. At the center of it all stood Victoria Hale, a powerful, glamorous CEO whose confidence filled the entire corporate gala. People admired her wealth, her charm, and her icy wit. She was used to making people laugh, even if it meant making fun of others. That night, her sleek luxury car refused to start as she prepared to leave the event. Frustrated, she rolled her eyes and demanded help. The valet shrugged helplessly, but a quiet figure stepped forward. He wasn't wearing a suit. His shirt had grease stains, his hands bore the marks of long days fixing engines, and his name tag read, Elijah. Victoria looked him up and down and smirked. "What is this? The gala mechanic?" She mocked, her voice dripping with arrogance. Then, with laughter loud enough for everyone nearby to hear, she added, "Tell you what. If you can fix this engine right here, I'll marry you." The crowd chuckled nervously. Some looked away, embarrassed by her cruelty. But Elijah didn't flinch. His dark eyes locked on hers, not with anger, but with a quiet steadiness that made her falter for just a moment. Without a word, he rolled up his sleeves, lifted the hood, and went to work. Minutes passed. Victoria tapped her heels impatiently, convinced he'd give up. But Elijah's hands moved with practiced precision. He didn't complain. He didn't boast. And then, with a single twist of his wrench, the engine roared back to life. Gasps rippled through the small crowd. Victoria froze, her face drained of color. She had meant it as a joke, a cruel punchline. But now, standing in front of her, Elijah had not only accepted the challenge but conquered it with quiet dignity. For the first time, Victoria didn't know what to say. The laughter had vanished, replaced with a heavy silence that pressed on her chest. Something inside her shifted as she watched him wipe his hands, give her a small nod, and walk away without expecting applause or recognition. But the story didn't end there. The next morning, Victoria couldn't shake the image of Elijah from her mind. She replayed the moment again and again. The humility in his stance, the calm way he handled humiliation, the way he fixed something she couldn't even begin to understand. For a woman who thought she had everything, she suddenly realized how little she truly knew about strength, character, and respect. Days later, she tracked him down to the modest auto shop on the edge of town. The place was nothing like her glass-walled office tower. It smelled of motor oil, with tools scattered on wooden benches. Elijah was there, bent over another engine, just as focused as before. When she entered, he barely looked up. "Here to make another bet?" he asked, his voice cool but not bitter. Victoria hesitated, her words catching in her throat. "No, I came to apologize." And that moment became the turning point neither of them expected.